and the family in schools, at work, everywhere. Say no to violence now.
NTA. NTA International News.
7 ministers may have attended their last session of the Federal Executive Council meeting as President Jonathan swears in 6 new permanent secretaries. Czech Republic to assist Nigeria in combating security challenges at nation's borders. Need for effective use of the social media for positive impact in Nigeria stressed as the country's contribution to the growth of ICT gets international recognition. Welcome to the news on NTA International, reaching you live from Abuja, Nigeria. I'm Chinedu Obike. There are strong indications that 7 of the ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria may have had their last session as members of the Federal Executive Council, as President Jonathan, during the council meeting, announced their intention to serve in all their capacities. State House correspondent Shegulawale has details.
It's indeed a memorable day for members of the Federal Executive Council in what looks like a valedictory session, as the President announced that 7 members of his cabinet may not be part of the council deliberation next Wednesday. The ministers are Labaran Maku, Information, Professor Onyebuchi Chukwu, Health, Yeson Wike, Minister of State Education, and Samuel Otom, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment. Others are Senator Musli Obanikoro, Minister of State Defense, Ishaku Dairus, Minister of State Niger Delta, and Emeka Wogu, Minister of Labor. The ministers are expected to disengage their services on or before the 20th of this month. As announced by the President, they are yet to turn in their letter of intent, expected to be submitted to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation.
As we are talking now, nobody has written, and we are not dropping anybody. So people should not say we have dropped ministers. No, we have not dropped any ministers. They are still members of council. But assuming between now and next Wednesday, if they decide to go on with their plans, then they may not be with us. It's only proper for us to at least wish them well, assuming we don't see them again. But if they change their minds, they will be with us. But after receiving the letter and they change their mind, it will be too late. So if they have to change their mind, they have to change their mind before sending the letter to the Secretary to Government.
Minister of Power, Professor Chinedu Nebo, in a goodwill message on behalf of the Council, extolled the exemplary leadership of the President and the rare opportunity given them to serve the nation in their capacities as ministers.
Your patience, humility, versatility in the art of servant leadership, your poise, your decorum, even in the face of unmitigated and unwarranted provocation, are skills and virtues we are all learning from.
Information Minister Labaran Maku responded on behalf of the ministers that are likely to leave the cabinet.
Cabinet, apart from maybe that of the First Republic and maybe General Gowon, no ministers have had this stability of tenure in this country for a very long time. And
in the State House, Shegun Lawale, NTA News.
Moving on, 6 new federal permanent secretaries have been sworn in by President Goodluck Jonathan. The president again called for high-level discipline in the civil service as against impunity. Again, State House correspondent Shegulawale reports.
The newly appointed 6 federal permanent secretaries are representing Taraba, Niger, Benue, Kebbi, Edo, and Kaduna states. Just as they were asked to bring to bear their wealth of experience in moving the civil service forward, the president told them to ensure that discipline remains the hallmark of the service, as against impunity, which is inimical to an efficient and effective as well as result-oriented public service. The president also observed the recent development whereby the ministers and their permanent secretaries are always at loggerheads and pleaded for harmonious relationship in the interest of the nation.
So if there's a conflict or a co-relationship between key actors in any department of government, it's a recipe for failure. So in any ministry where the PAMSEC and the ministers are not in terms, that's another way of telling Nigerians that both of you have failed the country. And I will use this opportunity to plead with the permanent secretaries and the ministers that for the interest of this country, they must see how they will work together.
And shortly before the Federal Executive Council meeting, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator Ayim Pius Ayim, announced a number of awards received on behalf of the President within this month. The awards include a Lifetime African Leaders Achievement Prize received on behalf of the President by Vice President Namadi Sambo.
The award is based on the recognition of your courage, dedication, and commitment to the betterment of life through good governance, justice, and development in the history of our country, Nigeria, and Africa at large.
Minister of Communications Technology Bobola Johnson also received on behalf of the President ICT Media Centenary Award, where the President was selected as the Grand Commander of ICT Promoters in Nigeria. The Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Affairs also presented an image produced by the non-militant youth of Niger Delta who are receiving ICT training in Calabar, Uyo, on the bill of the federal government. The gift was to express the appreciation of the Niger Delta youth for the support and assistance given by the President in allowing them to eke out a living.
Nigerians in groups, in numbers, and indeed individual organizations had come to appreciate the good work you are doing for the country.
In the State House, Shagun Lawale, NTA News.
Now on to political matters. Former head of state, General Muhammadu Buhari, has declared his intention to run for the office of president under the All Progressive Congress if he gets the party's ticket. It will be the fourth time he is seeking to be president under the current democratic dispensation. Ignatius Nkwo reports that General Buhari promised to bring about robust economic policies that will create massive employment for Nigerian youths.
Addressing a massive crowd of party supporters at the Eagle Square, Abuja, General Muhammadu Buhari says his intention to recontest for the presidency in 2015 is hinged on his resolve to serve the nation. The 2011 presidential candidate says his government will focus on providing qualitative education, food security, sanity in the nation's civil service, and zero tolerance for corruption at all levels that the APC stands for.
Agricultural productivity, for taking millions out of poverty and ensuring food security.
Other APC stalwarts describe the general as an agent of change.
We are the progressives, so we do things differently.
And our slogan is change, and by the grace of God, we are going to change this country. APC is the face of change.
All of us will work to deliver APC.
General Muhammadu Buhari has become the second aspirant under the All Progressive Congress to declare for the presidency in 2015, after former Vice President Atiku Abubakar made his own declaration last month, 24th of September 2014, in Abuja. Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
The fifth ordinary session of the Third Pan-African Parliament has begun in South Africa, with participants hoping to make inroads into the much-awaited ratification of legislative powers. Kene Imabodike reports that the session coincides with the 10th anniversary of the Parliament.
Consultation and debate on the revised protocol to the Constitutive Act of the African Union relating to Pan-African Parliament forms the thrusts of the ongoing 5th Ordinary Session of the 3rd Parliament of Pan-African Parliament here in South Africa. The 235 members of the Pan-African Parliament hope to discuss, amongst other things, the Ebola epidemic, peace and security, e-Parliament and energy, joint workshop on transitional justice, large-scale and land-based investment, protocol on the rights of persons with disability, as well as collaboration between the Parliament and the African Peer Review Mechanism. President of the Parliament, Nigeria's Bethel Amadi, who declared the event open, observed that the Parliament has recorded tremendous achievement in its 10-year existence and therefore urged members to work harder towards consolidating upon the gains.
To be a voice for the voiceless millions of African people, to be a platform for African people and their grassroots organizations to make an input in finding solutions to the many challenges facing our continent.
Special guest of honor and President of the Republic of Mali, Ibrahim Boubacar Keita, who was a former member of the Parliament, pointed out that the continent is faced with challenges which require the collaborative effort of stakeholders to be surmounted. President Jacob Zuma of South Africa, who was represented,
we believe that no topic will be too sacrosanct if it affects our people in a negative way. Those topics must be discussed.
For those legislative powers to come into effect, then 28 countries must ratify the protocol.
And we have to do collectively to make sure that whatever it takes, we'll take it down home to Nigeria.
The opening ceremony also featured the swearing in of new members from Kenya, Malawi, Mauritania, South Africa, Sudan, and the Kingdom of Swaziland. In Midrand, Johannesburg, South Africa, Kenai Ima Abolike, NTA News.
Now from parliamentary to security matters, Czech Republic has promised to sell 3 aircraft to Nigeria to assist in combating security challenges across the country's borders. The country's Deputy Chief of Air Staff, Brigadier General Jerome Sebesta, disclosed this at a press briefing held at the Federal Ministry of Interior in Abuja. Correspondent Rotimi Oluwagbemi reports.
The ambassador of Czech Republic to Nigeria, Pavel Meix, who led the delegation, said the visit is to strengthen diplomatic relations between both countries that began in 1961. He reiterated his country's determination to support Nigeria in fighting insecurity.
This meeting is actually another meeting in a row of meetings which should lead to deeper cooperation and deeper support of the just cause of Nigeria in the fight against terrorism.
The Nigerian Minister of Interior, Patrick Habamuru, expressed appreciation that the visit will make the two countries better friends on national security matters. He pointed out the areas to be strengthened.
The possibility of transfer of convicted prisoners, the possibility of visa waiver between Nigeria and the Czech Republic on holders of graded travel documents, including, of course, the diplomatic and official passports. The need for Nigeria and the Czech Republic to cooperate in areas of immigration and consular services. And, of course, the need for us as a country to cooperate with the Czech Republic on issues of internal security and border management.
The need for effective use of the social media for positive impact on the society dominated a 2-day workshop on capacity building organized for Nigerian bloggers and social media users in Abuja. Muplang Dakok reports that it was organized by the National Orientation Agency in collaboration with the Nigerian Stability and Reconciliation Program.
With over 62 million internet users in Nigeria, the need to safeguard cyberspace from its detrimental effects prompted the workshop. The workshop brought together bloggers and social media users to institute new platforms for social media usage, conflict management, and peace building in Nigeria.
It's meant to increase the knowledge of bloggers and other workshop participants on ethical principles in their practice.
We hope that it will make users of online media and social media to avoid using stereotypes, to avoid labeling, to avoid exaggerating.
Participants agreed that the workshop will go a long way in mobilizing internet users to use their space to promote peace, harmony, and national development.
The information we pass across via social media goes to the world, not just to us in Nigeria. So we as Nigerians need to be very careful when we tell other people.
It doesn't only educate bloggers, it goes beyond that. It creates that network of bloggers that will actually blog positively.
While it is good to use the social network, it is advisable to use it conscientiously in order to build and not to mar the country. That was the thrust of the workshop with the theme Ethics and Conflict Sensitivity in Online Content. Muplang Dakok, NTA News.
And on a cheery note, the World Trade Center in Dubai has acknowledged Nigeria's contribution to the growth of ICT internationally. The commendation was made by the officials of Dubai Trade Center at Nigeria's Investment Forum at the ongoing Gulf Information Technology Exposition, GTEX, in Dubai, UAE, from where correspondent Ruben Okala reports.
At the Nigeria ICT Investment Forum, where some members of Dubai Export Agency of Economic Development, IT country representatives, as well as professionals from other countries, there were various presentations by some agencies from Nigeria on ICT investment potentials. With graphic illustrations, forum speakers showcased Nigeria's astronomical growth in ICT. Mr. Peter Pett represented the Dubai World Trade Center at the Nigerian Forum.
The message is clear from today and from all the presentations around investing in Nigeria's ICT market, or you'll only have yourselves to blame.
The Director General, National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, Mr. Peter Jack, says Nigeria remains a gateway of ICT in Africa.
We are happy that we are here to showcase investment opportunities in the ICT sector in Nigeria.
Everything is based on information and knowledge, which can be distributed through IT.
We have a research showing the opportunities of exports and outward investments from Dubai to Nigeria.
ICT professionals are projecting that by the year 2020, the sector will have surpassed that of petroleum industry. Nigeria is therefore beckoning on interested investors to be part of the success story. From Dubai, Ruben Okala, NTA News.
And this is NTA International News reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria. A reminder of the top stories. We told you that 7 ministers may have attended their last session as members of the Federal Executive Council this Wednesday, just as you heard that President Goodluck Jonathan has sworn in 6 new permanent secretaries. Still to come, Nigeria's food production profile comes into focus as World Food Day is marked. 2014 National Festival of Arts and Culture rolled the drums to celebrate Nigeria at 100. Stay with us for these and more.
Yakubu Gowon is 80. The National Planning Committee for the 80th birthday celebration of General Yakubu Gowon invites the general public to a lecture in honor of General Dr. Yakubu Gowon. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Ambassador Dr. George Fraser, Chairman and CEO Fraser Net Incorporated, an award-winning publisher and authority on economic and global development. Theme, that we may live together in peace and prosperity, a celebration of the leadership excellence of General Dr. Yakubu Gowon. Date, Friday 17th October 2014. Time, 10 a.m. Venue, International Conference Center, Abuja. Other activities include a special banquet dinner in honor of General Gowon. Date, 18th October 2014. Venue, the International Conference Center, Abuja. Time, 6 p.m. A special Thanksgiving service. Date, 19th October 2014. Time, 4 p.m. Venue, National Christian Center, Abuja. Announcer, Professor Jerry Ghana, Chairman Planning Committee. Celebrating a living legend at 80.
You are watching NTA, Nigerian Television Authority. For more information and news updates, visit our website at www.nta.ng, or you can follow us on Twitter at NTA News Now, or you can like us on Facebook at NTA Network News. Stay connected on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Watch our live stream at www.nta.ng/live. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
You're welcome to the second segment of the news. Federal government stipulates new security standards for operators of fuel depot in Nigeria. Nigeria rated the largest mobile market with more than 125 million subscribers. Also in Japan, Security Technology Innovation Tech Center stage at Japan Expo. Details with Joseph Orok.
In a bid to sustain the feats recorded in tackling insurgency, the federal government has stipulated new security standards for operators of fuel depot across the country. To actualize the policy, the Department of Petroleum Resources has directed fuel depot owners to provide and deploy surveillance equipment and bomb detectors, as well as trained security staff to their installations. On internet service, Nigeria has been rated as Africa's largest mobile market with more than 125 million subscribers and a market penetration rates approaching 75%. Nigeria's market retains one of the highest average revenue per user rates in Africa, along with South Africa and Egypt. The International Telecommunication Union Broadband Commission also ranked Nigeria among the 61 countries in the world with national broadband policy. And in Japan, Tokyo exhibition was a boost with talks on the latest anti-terrorism and security technology amid growing concerns over global terrorism and disasters ahead of Tokyo's 2020 Summer Olympics, which Israeli drone manufacturers say is a business opportunity.
For example, an event like the Olympic Games that you are going to have here in Tokyo in 2020, you don't want to take risks. You want to have full monitoring, continuous. You don't want to give a chance that you will miss something.
Joseph Orok, NTA News.
The 2014 World Food Day with the theme Family Farming Feeding the World is to raise the profile of family farming and smallholders farmers to eradicate hunger and poverty. As Nigeria joins the rest of the world in marking the World Food Day, correspondent Musa Babaliu takes a look at Nigeria's food production profile.
Any farm that is, incidentally, 80% of all farms in Africa fall within this category, producing mainly food consumed in the continent. In spite of this, environmental challenges such as soil degradation, limited access to input and financing, processing and marketing are some of the factors affecting food production. It is in view of this that this year's World Food Day is focusing attention on the significant role of smallholding farms in eradicating hunger and poverty, providing food security and nutrition to achieve sustainable development.
Individual countries, and indeed Nigeria, need to upscale and sustain support to agriculture if they are to win the war against poverty, hunger, and malnutrition. It is both a moral imperative and good business sense for Africa to do so.
Nigeria's food production policy under President Goodluck Jonathan's administration has been rated as the best in recent times in West Africa, considering the impact it has on food production.
And today the World Bank has actually agreed to now scale up the Nigerian electronic wallet to every single African country, including India, Brazil, and China. So Nigeria is exporting transparency and good practice of probity and accountability in how public funds are used.
Sensitization work, symposium, and agricultural exhibition are some of the activities the Federal Ministry of Agriculture has lined up to mark the event in Nigeria. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
The role of culture as a vehicle for national unity is a theme for this year's National Festival of Arts and Culture, taking place in Ebonyi, southeast Nigeria. Taiwo Dubeson, who was at the pre-event media briefing in Abuja, reports that this year's event is dedicated to Nigeria's centenary.
NAFEST predates the time of independence. It has its origin in the various arts festivals celebrated locally at different parts of the country, which later metamorphosed into the All-Nigerian Festival of Arts. The Nigerian Festival of Arts and Culture has over the years made great and positive impacts in all the states of the Federation, bringing people from all over the country and outside to interact and exchange ideas through the rendition of their diverse arts and culture towards cultivating national peace and unity. This year's edition will kick off on the 19th of October at the Township Stadium, Abakaliki, Ebonyi State. While emphasizing the need for continuity, the Minister of Tourism, Culture and National Orientation, Chief Edem Duke, said the 28th edition is designed to restore national peace, as well as empower the youths and make them resourceful citizens who shall use culture as a cornerstone for boosting the nation's GDP.
We believe that the cultural market will further enhance the exchange of ideas amongst craftsmen and women in the production, marketing, and promotion of cultural products and services.
NAFEST aims to promote continuity and progressive updating of traditional skills and sports, and act as a vehicle for preservation and documentation of Nigeria's rich and diverse cultural heritage. Taiwo Odubeson, NTA News.
And just before we go, let's take a look at the weather forecast for Thursday. And that's it from here. Thanks for being there.